Hello, and welcome back to Horizon Zero Dawn. And in this series, we will follow Aloy on her journey to complete all of the side quests throughout the map after completing the story mode, so that we are well equipped for just about anything. So we are approximately here on the map, and we are just outside a small settlement where our next quest is. Now, I've inadvertently already triggered this quest by killing a behemoth. So when you get to this area, there is a behemoth or two, I believe. Once you kill both of them, the quest automatically begins. So once we've made it to Sunstone Rock, which is the settlement we're heading for, and we're going to gather up plenty of supplies on the way. We're going to go in and find out what the people here are after. So this looks like a nice little secluded settlement. I believe this is a Carja outpost, who were the bad guys, and some of them still are, the Shadow Carja at least. But these guys look like they're quite friendly. No one's attacked me as yet. So we're going to make our way into the settlement here. A couple of crates, we'll have them. And I can hear voices. So we must be approaching our objective. I'm guessing it's one of these two here. The young lady, I'm guessing. Let's see what she has to say.
Warden Geneva. This is the one who defeated the behemoths.
Outlander. I'm impressed. I don't impress easily. Tell me, how do you fare with hunting living prey?
Haven't had any complaints. Why?
3 dangerous prisoners have escaped. I need my men here, getting the others back in line. None of this would have happened if we dealt with criminals the old way. But I've clashed that gong before, and here I am. And here you are.
What's the old way?
To be buried up to the neck and left for the sun's judgment.
Seems to me like the judgment's already been made.
Not one of them committed another crime.
Who are these dangerous prisoners?
3 from the isolation cages. Don't feel sorry for them. They've lived well off the Sun King's conscience. First is Razgrund. Oseram trapmaker, hates the Carja, crazy as a loon in heat. Caught in one too many blasts. Or one too few. Then there's Ulia, a Tenakth warrior, if that means anything to you.
Not really. Another tribe?
Reavers, from the south. Bloodthirsty. Some say they're cannibals, but she slurped gruel well enough. And the last is Gavin, a traitor who smuggled weapons to the exiles.
Compared to the other two, this one doesn't seem so bad.
He helped drag out a civil war, all for the shards it got him. A machine has more warmth.
So the Carja keep their criminals in this place?
Since the liberation. We've had them all, from thieves to the Mad King Jiran's former kestrels. The Sun King believes in the power of change, and sure enough, some did change. Shed their skin, like lizards. I thought all criminals were the same once. That's why the Sun King gave me command of Sunstone Rock. As an education.
Sounds like an honor. I mean, I haven't seen any other women in Carja armor.
No. I'm not one of your sisters. No woman can wear Carja armor. When I was young, I chose to become a soldier. One good enough to join Avad's honor guard. There was talk about what I was. So I'd say, test me, and I'll break your arm. After enough arms had been broken, there was less talk.
I'm curious, but I'd rather we didn't have to start fighting.
Agreed.
So you want these prisoners brought back?
No. I want them put in the earth. I doubt they'll give you any choice. They had their chance with the Sun King's generosity, so now they face mine. A bounty on all their heads. Ulia of the Tenakth, Razgrund of the Oseram, and the traitor Gavin.
If I did this for you, I'd need a lead on them.
Well, When Ulia first swept through the Sundom, it was with the jungle bandits. I say she'll go back. Rosgrund we pulled out of a crack in Dust Mesa, where he'd been tinkering with his bombs. And Gavin will be trying to pay his way across the lake. I'd burn my palm on it. Look in Bright Market.
So, we have been tasked with tracking down 3 escaped criminals. I'm going to go for the nearest one first, which I believe is the top objective. But I recommend looking for Olin, I believe his name is, and that would be the bomber guy. Basically because if you find him first of all, you don't have to track down the other 2 as far as I'm aware. But we are going to go for the first and nearest target. And the Karja warrior did tell us that we could be in for a fight. So we are going to have to set up all of our weaponry, make sure we've got plenty of ammo. And it looks like it's a bandit camp of sorts. So we are probably gonna have to clear out everyone in here. Now I can actually see, apart from that guard, I can see the reinforcements fire, the brazier or whatever you want to call it. Let's see if we can't take that out. Get rid of that guy first of all. And we've now alerted everyone, and I don't think I actually destroyed the reinforcements brazier. So we're going to have to go in hard and fast. And I think we'll probably end up killing just about everyone. So let's have some fun while we do.
Got their attention.
Fast to be Karja. What are you?
Like a signal.
Don't waste my blood.
I'm not getting near that damn signal.
Gang up on us!
Get down.
cool. Don't waste my blood!
You can see them. They can't see you.
My blood is yours now.
Just always said, patience.
Come! Don't waste my blood! My blood is yours now. Quickly, before I cool.
Coming down steady as a drumbeat. No way we could have talked about this, huh?
All the Karja did was talk. Talk, bleed, talk and shackle me. You fought like a Tanakh. I'd have taken you for my child.
You can't just take a child.
The strong take from the weak. And in the taking, I'm made stronger. These stories, pricked into my skin. Look. Children, riches, lives, and land. All of these have been mine. Drink of my blood, and they'll live on.
No, Ulia. I've got enough stories to carry.
So that's Ula and her goons all taken care of, and we're just going to line our pockets here and collect up everything we can. And resources are always needed. No matter what you do, where you go, you may have your pockets full, but it's always good to keep them full, because in this land you never know what you may run into. So our first objective has been taken care of. Now if we go for Gavin, I believe his name is, not Olin, I did say Olin earlier, we may not have to take care of the other two. He seems to be the main objective, and he is currently located around near Meridian. So we're going to go to him and find out what his deal is. Now this is the bomber guy, and he is up in a ravine sort of area. It's very difficult to navigate, for me at least, as I do have certain trouble with climbing. All the ropes and clearly yellow labelled and marked areas are quite easy to spot. It's the cliff faces and rocks that I have trouble with. So it appears on our way there we've run into a few machines, namely I believe a scrapper, a few glint hawks, some long legs, and maybe one or two others. So we're going to get involved in a nice hefty little fight here. So after that little side quest of eliminating some machines, once again we're going to line our pockets with everything we can carry, and we're going to continue on towards the ravine. I should point out at this point also, I spent roughly 90 minutes on this particular objective. So here is the ravine now. We'll get to the story part of the objective or the quest before I tell you exactly what I did wrong and how to avoid making the same mistake I did. The first mistake I made was not noticing that that was a bomb. So we are going to take out a number of these bombs before proceeding.
Ho there! I thought they'd send soldiers. The mighty Karja Empire must be more strapped than I thought. How sad. No matter, bounty hunters die like the rest. Welcome to my ravine of death.
Are you serious?
Sadist, murderer, trapmaker, all these things. That's why they put me in that stinking hole.
So we need to make our way up the cliff face here, and I should point out at this point where I spent my 90 minutes running around. In the game I spent almost the entire night running around this area trying to locate this guy. You'll notice from the light changes it does suddenly go from day to night and back to day again, because I have so much trouble just finding the handholds for the most part, but there is a little trickery by the developers, possibly, where I then spend 30 minutes running around up here looking for this guy, and he's nowhere near here.
You're gonna be disappointed.
Yeah, that's why I have my toys, to distract me from the pain. Not yet, little acrobat. Whoopsie!
So it's at this point where things, for me at least, start going horribly wrong. I can see I need to jump across to here, but once I get across here I get completely lost, and I am running around for quite some time. I'm already running in the wrong direction.
Into the ravine.
That's it, into the ravine. Follow the waypoint, Aloy. I do apologise for some of my slightly slurred speech. I have still a broken tooth, and unfortunately the town I live in has no dentists, and they all closed at the start of the global pandemic, and none have opened as yet, so I am stuck with a broken tooth. So we're just going to make our way along here. We're going to take out as many of these bombs as we can along the way. There is our guy. Let's see if we can't take him out nice and early. We won't have to do any more climbing. Turns out, no, we can't. This guy is immortal. So we're going to continue with the bomb disposal. And do be aware I have actually missed one. So it's at this point where I really start getting lost, and we're going to go up and speak to this guy, and after our conversation he disappears. Now, I've had a number of glitches with this game where NPCs have disappeared and I've not known about it, or they've not turned up, and I spend absolutely ages running around looking for them before realizing that they should be there but they're not, and having to reload from an old save and come back again, which is kind of what we do here, except this is where I said about the minor deception by the game developers, because I ignored the waypoint. I'm assuming that the waypoint is for our third target, so I ignore it, and it turns out that once we get and talk to this guy, he leaves, and you get no indication that he's actually left the area. So we are getting close to our target now. He should be just up ahead somewhere, and unfortunately, as I've pointed out many times, I do have trouble with the climbing. Aloy tends to do a lot of things without being prompted, just like you saw there, where she just automatically dived off the cliff when I wanted to jump across to the ledge, just like that. And the amount of times I've ended up making this jump to this ledge.
You got me. No more traps. Tell Geneva I'll be a good boy from now on.
You expect me to believe that? What's in your hand?
Oh, this? Well, just a little... Oops.
I guess he died doing what he loved.
See, now I didn't hear Aloy say that he died, so I am assuming that he is still up there somewhere, and I now spend the next 30 to 40 minutes or so trying to get back up to that ledge and running around looking for this guy who isn't there. So what we're supposed to do at this point is use the map and follow the waypoint to this little village right here, which will find us a couple more side quests to complete at a later date. So we're just going to skip to the nearest area, and then we're going to run the rest of the way and find Gavin. Now, unfortunately, we are not the only people looking for this gentleman, surprisingly enough, and somebody else does get to him before we do, saving us a job. For the most part, I was actually quite looking forward to putting my spear through this guy after leaving me on that wild goose chase for over 30 minutes. It was around 30 to 40 minutes that I was running around in that ravine looking for him. So let's talk to this guy.
As the sun is my witness, never had a Nora in my house.
What about a man named Gavin?
No. Can't say I've heard that name, but we're a trading town. Get a lot of people through.
All kinds, I'm sure. Like ones who don't want to be followed.
I never heard of your Gavin. If he's trouble, well, can't say I'm sorry. Now, I've things to be doing, Nora girl, if you don't mind.
Stop
Well,
thinking
he
about
wasn't
my sister
suspicious
in
at all.
Sunfall.
Time to take a look around.
Every time I have a quiet moment.
So, Gavin was here somewhere, and we're going to have to locate him. So we're going to use our focus, and what do we have here? Something that isn't highlighting. Ah, handcuffs, manacles, whatever you want to call them, restraints. This could be a clue.
Hello, Gavin. We wouldn't have gotten this off without help. You didn't make for the harbor, and you didn't go alone.
So we have a trail to follow, and I've noticed a number of other quests in this area, which we will get to in another video. In the meantime, let's track down Gavin. He could be quite a way off. I have no idea how far he's actually got. And we do have a couple of machines here to deal with, but they're easy enough.
Like this.
Yeah, you're not gonna like this. Yeah, you're nice and warm, briefly. So continuing on with our trail, or our tracks, I'm gonna make sure I've got plenty of ammo. We don't know what we're gonna encounter. And maybe it's this hut here on our left. But the tracks are moving away to the right, so maybe it's not. May have to come back and investigate that hut later. So I believe we may very well be closing in on our target.
Suppose they're all the same to me.
There is another building just up ahead. I believe this is the one we're looking for, as there are a number of guards and people around.
Get it together, you sawed-offs!
So that's all of the bandits dealt with. We're going to raid their bodies for any useful or valuable items before we go and speak to the man on the ground, who I assume is Gavin. So we have a couple more resources to collect. It's always good to gather up everything you can before moving on to our objective.
They sent you to take me back to Sunstone?
Not to take you back.
Huh. Well, Hashiv's done your job for you.
Geneva said you were a smuggler, only for the shards. Is that true?
I could tell you anything. A sick mother, or I did it for the poor children.
But you'd be lying.
In the year I spent in the cage, all I regretted was killing that guard. Because it got me caught. You can take that back to Sunstone Rock.
So that would appear that all of our objectives have been completed. We only needed to track down 2 of our 3. Actually, we did track down all 3 of our people, didn't we? I've been getting it wrong right from the start. You do have to find all 3. As 1 we have to kill, and 2 end up either killing themselves or dying. So we're going to go back to the Karja guard and speak to her and let her know that her 3 escaped prisoners are no longer escaped. Unfortunately, the front doors are locked, so we're going to go in through the side door here, and we're going to go and approach the young lady who gave us the quest.
Your aid to the Karja Sundom in these times of strife is appreciated. That's the official response. I'd say I can tell you've done the work by the look on your face.
2 of them got themselves killed. The other, welcome to fight to the end.
They would have found death with or without you, taken others with them.
That's what I told myself.
Smart girl. Doubt we'll meet again, so go in light.
Warden owes us an explanation. We trusted him.
So there we go, 1 more side quest taken care of. We're going to leave the stories there for now, and we will find another quest to take care of in the next video. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in that next video.